Assalamu alaikum dear students, hope you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NIEVS Home School. I am Sabrina Hawk, Assistant Teacher of Science, National Idol English Version School Day Shift. Dear students, today I am going to take a Science class 8 student on the based on chapter 6 and its creative question answer. So let us move forward today's topic. Dear student, today we will start from lesson 9 to 11 of the chapter 6. The name of the chapter is the structure of atom. The name of the lesson is the way the electrons are distributed in an atom. You have known that electrons revolve around the nucleus. The electron has definite orbits. Now the question is, how many electrons will stay in an orbit? Look at the picture 6.2 in your book. There is given the hydrogen atom and there is given the also helium atom. If you observe the figure, this is the nucleus of hydrogen atom and this is the orbit. First orbit, hydrogen has only one electron, and if we are saying about the helium also have one orbit and it has two electrons, and this is the process of distribution. And in the first orbit, two electron can stray. We can find out the number of electron can stray by applying this formula 2n square. Here n is the number of orbit. In the first orbit, the n is equal to 1. That means in the first orbit 2 into 1 square, that means 2 electron can stray. When n is equal to 2, that means for second orbit 2 into 2 square, that means 8 electron can stray. When n is 3, then 2 into 3 square, that means 18. 3 3 is a 9, 9 2 is a 18. When n is equal to 4, then 2 multiply with 4 square, then it will be 32. Then by applying this formula 2n square, we can easily find out in the first orbit 2 electron can stray, in the second orbit 8 electron can stray, in the third orbit 18 electron can stray, in the fourth orbit 32 electron can be stray. And this is why hydrogen has only one orbit and it has one electron that stray in the first orbit, and helium has 2 electron, and because 2 electron can stray in first orbit, then it can stray in the first orbit. Helium also has only one orbit. Now come to this. This is the rule for the allowing orbit. Some of these orbits can be filled up and rest can be empty. According to this, lithium atom has 3 electrons. For these 2 electrons are in the first orbit and the third is the second orbit. And in the same way, carbon has 6 electrons, then which 2 are in the first orbit and remaining 4 are in the second orbit. According to the rule, the maximum number of allowed electron in the first orbit is 2, in the second orbit is 8 and third orbit 18. These orbits are called energy level or principal energy level or shells, because each orbit corresponds to definite energy for the electron of it. Look, this is the lithium atom and it has 3 electrons. First orbit it has 2 electrons and in the second orbit it has only 1 electron. Carbon has 6 electrons. In the first orbit there is 2 electrons and in the second orbit there is 4 electrons. Now come to the next page. Now electron distribution of sodium atom may be seen. There are 11 electrons in the sodium. How this is are distributed in the different orbits? They must be in order to 2 8 1. That means in the first orbit 2 electrons, in the second orbit 8 electrons, and in the last orbit, that means third orbit, there is only 1 electron. In the above diagram we shown the distribution of electron in which easy visualize. But to write down the distribution of electron in a sodium, we can express it by 2 8 1. Now this table we have shown below distribution of electron in the first 18 elements starting from the lowest atomic number. Now here they give 4 as the example. I will fill up some of them and rest of you have to fill up by yourself. Now look at here, first one, hydrogen, the symbol will be H, the electron configuration will be 1, helium He, then it will be 2, then 4, beryllium Be, here is 4, then 2, 2, then boron B, 2, 3, carbon C, 2, 4. Now come to oxygen O, then 2, 6, fluorine F, 2, 7, neon is 2, 8. Then sodium is given, magnesium Mg, 2, 8, 2, aluminium Al, 2, 8, 3, silicon Si, 2, 8, 4, phosphorus P, 2, 8, 5, sulfur S, 2, 8, 6. Now argon Ar, 2, 8, 8. This electronic configuration you have to learn. This is important for your JSC examination. Now come to lesson 12 to 13, electron distribution and properties of element. The properties of element are basically determined by the electron distribution in their orbit. Generally atoms become active or inactive or charged due to definite difference of electron distribution. If the last orbit has all electrons that are allowed in the energy level, that orbit are completely filled, and these types of atom is called inert. This types of atom is called inert. For example, there are 2 electrons in helium atom. The first 2 orbit allowed to have 2 electrons, therefore helium is inert and stable. Inert and stable. Every atom tends to go this such stable states. If the number of electrons in the last orbit or the highest stage is such that it can complete it either by borrowing electron or losing electron, it will tend to go so. This is because when the outermost orbit is complete, the negative charge of the electron shield of the equal number of proton in the nucleus. This reduce the energy of the system and the atom become more stable. The redistribution of outer electron takes place by sharing electron with the neighboring atom. For example, consider the case of sodium atom. It has 2 electrons in the first orbit, 8 electrons in the second orbit and 1 electron in the third orbit. If the sodium atom can lose on the single electron in the third orbit, the outermost second orbit becomes full, then atom will become stable. The sodium atom will easily lose 1 electron from the third orbit if some neighboring atom has the tendency to grab the electron to fill the outermost orbit. But when the sodium atom loses 1 electron, it is no longer charge neutral. Normal sodium atom is charge neutral because it has the same number of proton in the nucleus as the number of electron in the orbit. By losing 1 electron, sodium atom becomes positively charged. This charge of atom is called ion. This is the definition of ion. The charged atom is called ion. If the charge is positive, that is an cation, and it will be also cation, it is printing mistake. Thus the sodium atom by losing 1 electron become cation. Now let us see another example. Fluorine atom has electron distribution 2, 7. Is it a stable state? Surely not. For stability, it needs 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. It can either lose 7 electrons from the second orbit or can grab 1 extra electron to complete the second orbit. From the energy consideration, it is far more favorable to snatch 1 extra electron to complete the second orbit in the vicinity of sodium atom. It can easily take 1 electron from the sodium atom after receiving 1 electron. Outermost fluorine atom, outer side of the fluorine atom become negatively charged. From outside, the negative fluorine atom becomes negatively charged. This makes the negatively charged ion, it is called cation. Anion, sorry. Positively charged ion is called cation and negatively charged ion is called anion. Thus, by receiving or losing electron, atom become ionized. Of the two atoms, the one which lose electrons become cation and the atom which grabs electrons become anion or negatively charged ion. As a result, an attractive force works between these oppositely charged ion and they form a bond. In this way, atoms of elements form molecules of compounds. You will know more about in higher classes. Look, this is happened in the sodium and fluorine. That sodium give up 1 electron and it become cation, and this electron taken by fluorine and it become anion. And now sodium and fluorine form, there is a chemical bond formed by the attractive force. They become sodium fluoride salt. Now come to the exercise, fill in the blanks. According to the opinion of dash, atoms are invisible. That answer will be Democritus. Most of the mass of the atom is in the nucleus. Most of the space of the atom is void. The number of dash in an atom is called the atomic number, number of proton. The number of proton in the isotope of an element is same because the mass number is different because of the number of neutron number is different. Now come to the multiple choice question. How many electrons can stay in the second orbit of an electron, of an atom? 2, 8, 18, 32. In the first orbit, it will be 2. In the second orbit, it will be 8. It is the third orbit and it is for the fourth orbit. So, it will be the answer. It can be concluded from the experiment of Rutherford. First one, atom are indivisible. Second one, atom can be divided. Third one, most of the space in an atom is empty. Dear students, these two is the correct option. Then answer will be D, 2 and 3. After reading the sentence below, give answer to the question number 3 and 4. In an atom of an element, there are 10 proton and 18 neutron. What is the mass number of an atom? Dear students, we know mass number is equal to proton number plus neutron number. So, 10 plus 8 is equal to 18. So, this will be the mass number of that atom. Now, come to the last MCQ. Which element is this? Oxygen. Oxygen's atomic number is 8. Sulfur's atomic number is 16. Sodium's atomic number is 11. Neon's atomic number is 10. Here they give that 10 proton. Proton number indicate the atomic number, so it will be neon. Now, dear students, we will solve the exercise CQ1 and CQ2. The question of CQ1, the atomic number of X is 11 and on the other hand the atomic number of Y is 17 and the number of neutron in the atom is 18. How many isotopes of carbon are there? Second question, what is means by cation? Third question, what is the mass number of atom Y? Then last question, show the distribution of electrons in X and Y atom, explain their ability to form bond between them. Answer, first question answer, there are 3 isotopes of carbon. Second question answer, by losing or grabbing atom can be charged and the charged atom is called ion. If the charge is positive, it is called cation, and for example sodium, by losing 1 electron becomes positively charged cation. Now come to next question. Question was, what is the mass number of Y? According to STEM, we have atomic number Y is 17. Now neutron number is 18. We have to find out the mass number of that atom. We know atomic number is equal to number of proton and atomic mass number is equal to a number of proton and number of neutrons. So atomic mass number of Y is equal to 17 plus 18 is equal to 35. Therefore the mass number of atom Y is 35. Now come to question D. Electron configuration of X and Y is, X is atomic number 11, its electronic configuration is 2, 8, 1. Now come to Y, its atomic number is 17. The electronic distribution will be 2, 8 and 7. The atomic structure will be, for first one X, here in the outermost layer only 1 electron, in the second orbit there will be 8 electron, in the first orbit there will be 2 electron. It just give up 1 electron and it becomes only 2 orbit. There is in the first orbit 2 electron, in the last orbit there is 8 electron and it becomes cation. Then sodium give up 1 electron and it becomes sodium cation. From the above electronic configuration and the atomic structure, it is seen that X atom lose the single electron in the third orbit, its outermost orbit becomes the full and atom will become stable. By losing 1 electron, X atom will become positively charged, thus by losing an electron it will become cation. On the other hand, there are 7 electrons in the outermost orbit of Y atom, so it required 1 more electron to get the stable condition. It is easily take 1 electron from X atom. After receiving 1 electron, Y become negatively charged. This makes it anion. As a result, an attractive force works between these oppositely charged ion. It forms a bond, that is ionic bond, and when it makes the ionic bond, it stay like this way. This is how they stay side by side, and they form a chemical bond. Now come to the creative question number 2, and there is figure 1. By seeing this figure we can easily understand this is the figure of sodium atom, because it has 11 electron, and this is the figure 2. This is the hydrogen atom's figure because it has only 1 electron. Now come to A. What is meant by word atom? B. What is meant when it is said the atomic number of oxygen is 8. Question C, explain whether the figure 1 of the stimulus is active or inactive. Now question D is, give a comparative description of atomic structure of the number 1 and number 2 atom. Now come to answer. Meaning of the word atom is indivisible. Question number B's answer, the atomic number of oxygen is 8 means there are 8 protons in the nucleus in the atom of the oxygen, there are 8 electrons in the orbits, and there are 2 orbits in the atom of oxygen. Now come to the question answer of C. In the figure 1, there are 11 electrons and it is sodium atom. The electronic configuration is 281. From the electronic configuration we can say this, it has 1 electron in the 3rd orbit. If the sodium atom can be lose single electron from the 3rd orbit, its outermost orbit, 2nd orbit become full and stable. So from the above discussion, figure 1 of the stimulus is active and it will easy to lose 1 electron from the 3rd orbit. And this is the comparative description of atomic structure of the number 1 and number 2 atom are subject of comparison. First one, number of electron, atom 1 has 11, atom 2 has 1, and number of proton, atom 1 has 11, atom 2 has 1, number of electronic configuration 281 and atom 2 only 1. Number of orbit, there is 3 orbit in the sodium and there is only 1 orbit in the hydrogen. Now stability, that both are unstable. Ions lose, sodium atom lose 1 electron from the 3rd orbit and becomes cation, and hydrogen atom grab electrons in only orbit and becomes anion. Dear students, this is your homework number 13. You have to do CQ1's D question answer D as your homework. Dear students, I have finished my today's topic. Hope you have understood. If you feel any problem, you can contact with me. Stay safe, stay good, and thank you. Allah Hafiz.